This is Kessben 93.3 FM, a new wave of excellence in radio.
Yantuaso Nafi. Yes, I say free hifa. Minim say local stories be baby room there. But yenhwe foreign nekakra. Among for interest or transfers no pa.
I remember how and me transfers.
Yeah, I Nafi yako euros no. Among for mo eso mo na beji euros no. Mo fans no say draw mo papa. France and England one number one. France and England one is number one.
Yes, papa. Maybe France should be number one.
Yes.
I'm saying that because Obien what the French national team stands for. Again, France national team now in the Euros, Omaji, me know. And the last three competition, they were in the final in 2016. They were in the quarter final in the last edition. I brought 3 goals to 1. The last 10 minutes, Switzerland betekano, Emma on penalties, Kylian Mbappé Koboseno. They won the World Cup in 2018, played in the final in 2022, won the UEFA Nations League into a national team. Omaye consistent France for no. Or the normal air to England. Again, so country Oma produce talent. In recent times, England are also giving us a lot of talent. France buy talent, and these are talented players that have been part of the national team for a long time. Obenya Bako and Ami Unubi Omurem, but you know, so for BT said Jules Conde. He was part of the team that played in the 2022 World Cup finals. So far, the Hernandez brothers are now were part of that team.
Okay.
So far, Dayo Pemikano, One Rafael Varane and Ebo. N'Golo Kante was part of the 2018, the 20 European Championship team. Obama William Saliba, the opportunity to say, okay, there, but so was starting to be consistent on your part of the team. So far, Olian Chomene. Ofa Adra Rabiot, Omumienu and Ebo at the World Cup in 2022. Dembele and Ebo right wing, Griezmann, Kylian Mbappé, the golden jewel for the French team. And he said, a DNA of France team. The problem is that they have a more attacking-minded players, being coached by a defensive-minded coach. And the technical abilities now always expect to be who friend the French and the whole say the players will be allowed to express themselves. But the last time I can say, France after Zinedine Zidane, only you are going for the buy. They always come with a double pivot. So Christian Karim Bouanou who did the chance. So Patrick Vieira no who Claude Makelele. And yet they are who N'Golo Kante bless Matuidi. And you are going Paul Pogba did the elegance, Michel Francois Platini, Zinedine Zidane, and they brought Monananka or they babishim. And unfortunately, Pogba and Swakwa Kunya issues. It is an old show moment for that now. Which your moment bench cry Eduardo Camavinga, excellent in progression. Fofana, great power, shield, and protection. So far, Zaire Emery, General, also the same thing. Into Unya Opia. Se game we are doing centrally or the creativity beba. I said the Zinedine Zidane control midfield for them against Portugal Europe 2000. Portugal control the midfield for them in 2006 World Cup quarterfinal against Brazil and the game against Andri Pirlo, Francesco Totti, and then Ivan Girano Gattuso at the World Cup final in 2006. Unya. And it's only France a bar. O yiren tenten wonim. O 2 no 3 no make sure say make it yourself 1-on-1 situation and fact. Dembele will be off, Mbappe will be off. It is you know, she come teaching now France abano. First goal, it was an own goal.
Yeah.
And Rom goal no it was a penalty. Against Netherlands, create chance of and this is a team everybody tag as a overwhelming favorite.
Okay.
It is almost a lethargic performance way. A bad tournament here, you won't be happy. And you know, tournament now here, Bono. This is a coach who has spent 12 years with France. And in say bia, mama me time.
Okay.
And you munyan to was here, Dabi, because this is a team that have been at the very top in recent times. Yeah. And more quality materials are always expected to say. Obetimi and who sa quality now omo dey back to the table. Until unfortunately, they are not giving their supporters what they want based on the talent available and the consistency of the team. It is the reason why, General, among four body the chums, any omu team that is, I say no. Expectation of the air fans, no, omu team meet here, and I totally agree with them. So, yeah. And they played against a team Polander in the group stage. Omu the first team, omu free mu in the group stage. Now, you know, I'll struggle. They're supposed to be the whipping boys in the group. Now, struggle again, decider. They'll be able to say, oh, happy with the performance of France. But the reality is that in tournament qualification, you key. France are qualified to the next stage of the competition. That is the business end of the competition. Until a whole any of France for say because you mu na cast is so munimbo and on match time and again. Until you share the omodeba e table so. Now to England.
Okay.
So did you the chums said 12 years there? And you and coach now on also what the other side and also the 8 years. Open here your friend Gary Southgate.
Yeah.
In few akuma and no more national team share in 2016. No crem on also what Ginasroa. So okasa oh share a tournament awabo. Now they not compare the previous coach, the previous manager, and England previous teams so manya obekasa wayate. But this is a coach coming into this tournament with the best player in the La Liga, the best player of Manchester City, the best player of Bayern Munich, the best player of Chelsea, arguably the two best players for Arsenal in Declan Rice and Bukayo Saka. Into you know you expect elegance. You expect control. You expect dominance. You expect possession. You expect that individual quality na what team say be ye pie. Na player be etimi actually do betimi aye for the side. But unfortunately, almost all games so my bowling in Argentina. Almost first game no team winning by a goal to nil against Serbia. First half super, second half abysmal. Almost second game it was that same story. And then radie na against a team only one of the best goalkeepers in the world in Giano Black. And one of the most talented forwards Europe in Benjamin Sesko. One of the most sought after talent in Europe. But England. They played the confidence level on the field of play, the variation from Coach Kurt on the bench, how to move in transitions, how to control the spaces. The ability to move and progress the ball to the England final third. It's a team almost showed that cohesion, that understanding, and with all these individual quality, and where was Jude Bellingham? Where was Harry Kane? You can say Konogala game support for down working. Copa and the menu by some changing your man fat. In England are qualified, they are unbeaten. But who show boy no more boy na? Did you bona? Oh, did you say? Almost yet him be an more de boss look at more character. Or meet me a baby. Because in himself more dear. Self-belief. Yeah, they bought tournament the only be. Character to perform in tournament they don't have. But the fact of the matter is that in recent times, Manchester they are very consistent at the very top. And it is the reason why the last European Championship they played in the final. But performance they are in the last 3 games here. And then one said no after the game, no, I'm to name my bro, coach, coach, or supporters that hope. On that belief. Until you it is coming hoping and so continue England born, that's also share. Who say born and I'm quite so bad that. Who say game no betting a ban a baby drew the fee. And it is the reason why their supporters continue to say, Bona or more boning yet. Tournament team, England best player and why. And you one, I mean, so one picture where core rounds. And you troll it. I asked them no credit and in the first half, or England born on our da. Whichever way. Almost there. So, when Trevi did said you were sack up money when you were but born there far. Now we're parking, so I will not. It in the first half, a brand here or that TV to general order. That is the level of England board, dear Drew. Two teams full of quality, very consistent. More coaches, two coaches in a time national team in England and then France. 20 years. One played at the World Cup final, one played in the European Cup final. Omunyina qualify. That is the most important thing in tournament. But the kind of performance omo ma any day. So omo pese omo ko omo anima. They need to up their game. So omo pese among for Jew omo di na England for so omo nyina. Jude Bellingham did enough for former aku 13. Echo Germany. Almost so a park they call Germany. Now my catch will be answer it is coming home, and this is the time almost be changing the narrative in the this kind of performance and changing narrative into the two nations, you know, they need to up their game.
Gareth Southgate is the only manager in the world who could take the Bundesliga top scorer, the La Liga player of the season, and the EPL player of the season, and pick a system that makes all three completely ineffective. I want Andy's view on this. Okay, we everywhere me who Zekov there be and so on. Sikapa die more of the same rubbish. Jude Bellingham lacked bite in the final third, and Conor Gallagher showed yesterday that he's not a midfield answer to the Three Lions midfield woes. An abysmal and disgraceful performance by all standards. Prior to the commencement of the Euros, Andy and Sir Franco Naro overhyped this England team and tagged them as overwhelming favourites, but many testers, including myself, said otherwise. Though they've qualified to the knockout stage unbeaten, but my granny will term their qualification as pass no way. So ask them if they still stick to England as their favourites. Sikapa, Methodist Hospital, Abura Nadiwe, and so by Zekov Mohammed. As a boss, can we say this France squad is the worst under the tutelage of Deschamps? Zekov Mohammed. 3, we only 1.
May I answer the 2 questions? 1. You list one for the Sikapa team, a Sikapa question. France went to the World Cup in 2002 with a top scorer in the French league in Gibril Cissé, with a top scorer in the Italian Serie A in David Trezeguet, with a top scorer in the EPL in Thierry Henry, with the best player in the world in Zinedine
First one, Pablo Oyibi in the Dubai. Pablo Oyibi.
Okay.
Okay.
With Zinedine Zidane, the best player in the game. Omoko World Cup the group stage. Oman
Okay.
Inti Anthony Boasekakra. Now to England. Do you know? England, you know, yet fan one of the favorites for the competition. You analyze the team, no, sana ekai. Minister Franco, you know, and you say what I want. But you know, how do you call a team that have Jude, the best player in the La Liga, the best player in Bayern Munich, the best player at Chelsea, the best player at Manchester City, the best player in the EPL, one of the best players for Arsenal, one of the best midfielders for Declan Rice in the Premier League? You call this team overhyped? No. They worked it. They worked for it. And but putting them together and only a Juma. You know, and only a coach a Juma no.
Yeah.
Oh players no, oh materials, you bear somebody about. But a kwanya obe fa so akeka players na bomu no. General, and non a ma wo good coach. So one team ya anya no they are. Unye good. We've seen teams that have average players.
Second.
General, players ni de be ma. But second ya be fa so asambu players ni dey nya results na important. I don't think the Argentine team that won the World Cup are the best players. Nicolas Tagliafico, ne Marcos Acuna, ne Nawe Molina, mono, you know. Country be 2022 World Cup and come maybe. McAllister, Paul, Rodrigo de Paul, Enzo Fernandez. You know, your country be one come mobi. Some of them can come on, but they had a coach who transitioned the team very well. Adopt a system that will suit the players and the player delivered. In recent time, yeah, check countries or the individual but tournament or more. So when a good coach. Before this particular tournament, yeah, who Germany or must suffer under coach's experience one indeed. But you know, I heard dear Nagelsmann, are you meeting me within a short time?
Yeah.
Spain in just 18 months. And at De La Fuentes ababe do omo team no. At the World Cup, they couldn't qualify from the group stage. It was coached by Luis Enrique Martinez Lucho. Yeah. They have 9 points. Even the second team was good enough to win their last game. The last time at Spain, in 9 points, Euros, was when they won in 2012. You know, and a coaching, a juma, you can have all the materials, but so beke materials na boom. No more in a pack. So what a style, a plan, a way to play, a method, the best suit to those players available. Who would you Bellingham? Coach your friend Carlo Ancelotti, the neighbor Diamond. Are you going to play the Diamond? Oh, the neighbor bought 10 now. Oh, the neighbor bought 80 now. And a coach your Juma ba. And all these players assembled. They know very good players. But on the field of play, they are struggling. Yeah. And I'm saying that England were there back and happy there. Until I don't know, I must say, they had Gaza, Gary Lineker, Terry Venables, Alan Shearer, Van Goran Eriksson, Lampard, Terry Gerrard, Gary Southgate with Jude, or Foden, or Saka, or Kobe Manu, or Harry Kane, or Oli Watkins, and all these players. But style of a coach, a Bema players that flourish in the way. And you didn't know a coaching job. I agree, player and say born Nikurawa, and your coach in a better of fire. But the reality is that the coach is not getting the best out of these materials. I don't think say the coach from Beba, Obibeka said these players are overhyped. No, they work for it and Obiarim season individually. Why are Chelsea supporters rooting for Copa to start? So I'm performing and come back to almost starting. Chelsea supporters me now. Or more game now they go to social media. Yeah. Why is Copa on the bench? Why is and Cameron and Copa now back up in Manho? Why? It is because those two players perform for Manchester United and perform for Chelsea. And if you can't say in a park, no more. You know, Bora did a bog in for West Ham. Kopama one season into men cancel, but because Kopama showed promise and individual performance, Obiasi and found Mumra instead of Gerard Bowen. Okay. And the players individually performed. But you know, this is not the first time we've seen a team with so many individuals failing to live up in tournament. Brazil came to 2006 World Cup with Adriano, Ronaldo, Kaká, Ronaldinho. Omoba tournament, do quarter final. Into game no sanity. The Italian team that won the last European Championship. Yeah, but started competition. Obi anyone Adrian and say, "Hey, it's the phone with Bonucci and Kilili, Emerson Pemery and the other players." No, Obiasi France, Obiasi Belgium. But you share tournament national. You who the performance Italy demand. Into England, the materials, but they lack good coaching on the bench.
Sani Sali also trainer Sergio, if the Three Lions want to do well in the ongoing Euro 2024, then Southgate has to make some bold decisions. 1, Menu and Kopama should start. Number 2, either Foden or Bellingham should start from the bench. But what I saw last night, both of them seem to crash on the left side of attack and weren't productive enough. Both Kobe and Palmer showed glimpses of what they can offer. Watch out for the Austrians and their pressing football. They are the dark horses in the tournament. Good morning, Sani Saliu. Abofo anyway, and so Ebre. I will remember. Yes, message you on Nafi. Me Musa dark horses, no. Austria can right?
Yeah.
Na yempe 2 others be dark horses, no. Unnim se bia umbet maybe, but one real umbet shock will be our tournament team.
Okay.
Now and why?
Okay, 1. Did I? Nina has a baby coaching now. Or say Obo crash on the left. Let me use the Real Madrid team for example. Obi Real Madrid team be Vini on the left, Rodrigo on the left, Jude on the left, Toni Kroos on the left. Omo crash na, omo crash. Hey, you coach Juma. The dimensions are divided for players. And only you coach Juma, and yes, I the first 11 they will be able to coach. But a corner you try to park and the sono. Baby, I'll be fast. So who says do a ball left, I walk right. So who says do the ball left, oh right, bra central, Kohano. And only you coach Juma just and training on my end. And only idea on training no. So next idea you know and can be a bomb mad than on my board. Intinina comes I agree with him. The players are crashing on the field of play, but you know comes in with good coaching. So good coaches are the dimensions are divided on the field of play. Obianko here Brazil versus Belgium in the 2018 World Cup. Kevin De Bruyne, Romelu Lukaku, Malam Fellaini, omo nyina hu say Roberto Martinez hu say Brazil build do attack from the left. E ho na Marcelo ne name awo. And to some extent Felipe Coutinho. So what do? You making good use of that space on the left. Coaching adwuma no. Intini nyina bow down to coaching, and for me, and no na Gary Southgate here suspect. Okay. Now to Austria. I've heard a lot and I've read a lot about Ronaldo asema okoka fa opani friend Ralph Rangnick ho and in adwuma obo ewo tournament. No credit me say ye ba be tournament na Genoa over France now Netherlands now Austria group nim now Poland do mo bibia nu a wadwen ye wo say Austria na wo say top group no. That is not to say Austria for nya hwe football mu da. This is a nation that played the World Cup semi-final in 1954, but at check. You know, again, so in recent times on performance, it is a very good players. Yenya David Alaba ni yenya Marco Anatovic. Eho anaba kwa ba betwem neko. Now, obi oni Ralph Rangnick bi anim say he's a good coach at his own level. You know, this is a coach. Obi am de obi kwa chiri kakra. In 2011, they rode to Wembley. Shaka 04 team na Manchester United show omo 3 that Raul. Every man that cock on Ralph Rangnick na the coaches our team no. Man you stop omo dream of playing in the Champions League final in 2011 or Wembley. Okay. Ralph Rangnick was coach of that team. Leipzig team no omo di third no. Ralph Rangnick na the coaches our team no. So ko Salzburg now check it obi what change Austrian football in recent times sir. The brain behind it Ralph Rangnick. Now do you know your coach will hear time. On your coach will bet me pressure team. Sometimes I buy a four. What's it, Daddy? But in 2 years, what changing the thinking, the mentality, the style of the Austrian national team with his Brazilian boss, or you can call it the magic square. The 4-2-2-2 no, and no they are blue be so. And it tactically super. And no what trend or tournament with Coral Lima. Fortunately for him, on your 3 players, or when excellent season with their clubs. And teacher Florent Glace now home midfield no excellent midfielder. And no acquire or de opponent ne fast on na reho. Acquire no de Tijani Rendes. Any vermamu first one fifi on na nya dwuma ketwa super. Michel Sabitzer is another player who struggles in a more pressure team. But Shauba Dortmund and look at him in this tournament. He called Van Dijk fast on for the 3rd goal. Excellent. And you have Marco Anatovic. Okay. Coral Lima is underrated, one of the best midfielders in the game. And he coach in players out in Satoso. Players are more better than so within 2 years. And what there is Edgeman. Manchester United will not give you that chance. Bayern Munich will not give you that chance. And the anointing man declining the offer from Bayern. They will not give you that time. But in 2 years was not enough time. And he has built a winsome side. Do you know? Se ope team bi na se o se omo team a any pay expect be but omo team cause havoc in this particular tournament. Watch out for Austria. Another team team a your friend Switzerland. Okay. Switzerland team ni team a from 2018 Urban, you know, almost omo remoa. And the last competition they eliminated France. Omo players na omo bono. So okay, Valdi, okay, Ricardo Rodriguez. Now okay, Manuel Akanji, almost back 3 with tournament in the last 3 tournaments and one of them. They have consistent backline. John Sommer imposed. Into a team and you watch out for them. And almost certain individuals say, "Be almost expected from them." But so far as the team play, and anytime Granel Xhaka, Obohun, Jevdan Shaqiri, they have Rubin Vegas, they have Indoi. Don't write those players off. Until I think Switzerland is another team. Okay. I don't know. You beat me a show. One team I am very unfortunate. Denmark. Do you know almost see a team? Almost back 3 of Vestergaard, Joachim Andersen, and then Christiansen, and then Kasper Schmeichel. Almost the last tournament of my World Cup Euros, we won on the ball. You watch out for them. Damsgaard, Norgard. omo players are PM Rehobie ene Jumad mo Manchester United player no Genoa tournament run team boy Rasmus Holland. But for me, these are three teams. It's just unfortunately Germany will be playing Denmark, but Germany should watch out for them. Almost to say the last year, almost England. No, England was saved by Daniel McKelly. You know, so for me, these are the three teams aside the nations. I would do Portugal almost disappointed this tournament. Aside these nations, I think these are the teams you know are going forward. You made the usual suspect now, the masters now. But I think these three teams for me can be a dark horse on the side.
Masters no are disappointing.
No, they've not disappointed.
Oh, England are disappointing.
They are not masters.
But I say no, I'm a favorite. No?
Yes.
Eh?
Do you know?
Until me na time I'm a favorite. No. Because over stars, I'm the tournament. Certainly, I said I'm a favorite. No, France. No, yeah, Italy. Yeah. Even Germany, opening game, but our last game on boy, now I'm convincing passer. Okay. Because the Masters not disappointed, to some extent.
Okay. In European tournament, Germany, Spain,
okay.
Italy, France, then Portugal, Denmark, and all those nations follow. And to say about the competition now. You bet him the current form, no consistency recent times are easy. But European competition for Germany and for Spain. France now here can you know the touch tournament now say I'm a kind of big favorite tournament be a from 2000 BC in France your favorite. But the last time they won the European competition was 2000, 24 years ago. But tournament be because they have players, we place them among the favorite. Germany are called the recycling in recent times. It's GDA for this particular tournament, never fem. But for me, the moment Toni Kroos joined them, their last 3 games before the competition and playing the tournament at home. And Mami who said, meeting my IBB. But whoever have watched Jonathan Tah, you know, Jonathan Tah only exceptional player. He's a normal player who has played for Bayern Munich from 2015 till now. And anyone making good use of the form this season. And no more than shame. Toni Kroos, Gundogan, 2 intelligent midfielders. And almost depend on Florent Vase and then Abrante Fene Jema Muzela. Attack no sheka habet. The beard your demand nothing to show. Just adding up in numbers. But it is Germany, and the moment they set up in tournament, you watch out for them. Okay. Spain for no be any GDA competition, no. And in recent time, they are the only nation to win almost a defender. And they have array of talent. Until you say, and even check their second team for the tournament or mobile. And let's not forget, remember that any good seasons, players no any good seasons individually. And the La Fontaine so team are very good players are watching assemble players competing for certain areas. Into these nations, you know, they are masters when it comes to the competition. England, be that. They are loud. They've been consistent. They played in the final. But tournaments now are born. Be that. Now you talk about the Azuris, Italy. You know, so where Italy? Gigi Donnarumma, De Laurentiis is a normal player. Napoli, Omutuno. Di Marco super. Bastoni, excellent. Here Caliaforia, very good season with Bologna. And the team Pierre Pero, no bad tournament you watch it. You know, Pellegrini, Monet, Giorgino, Janidum. Trust Nicola Barrera. But look at the attack. Scamacca, Raspadori. Chiesa is not the old Chiesa. In the Italians, the Omunyansa na they be on the tournament in Ebeba. So if they are struggling, a man in young one.
Radi.
And one, desire Omunyansa ni ya tournament. You be free mukure be mo abre.
Yes.
And no moment them. You be free mukure be mo abre. It is said the Omodi Croatia no. Omo character. Into Croatia thought one day no me wie. And omkugu actually. And she come fast Bailey through Ekonya that equalizer. And you know, and then mo be a bomb. But for me, Portugal, it was 6 points. So almost all become masters now because they won it in 2016. They have quality. Portugal team, no, almost so Coachella are not winning. In 2 games, they have 6 points. Spain in Ama 9 points, and in general, you give it to them for all these teams at least for the tournament. No, England can disappoint, France can disappoint, but let's not forget they are in the next stage of the competition. So, Komuko fear, Oma qualify, and for me, that is what is matters most.
Sergio, I'll be very happy if you can have a second look at what you discussed yesterday. Okay, the very average or below average players on the continent come to Ghana and perform so well, but our best players go out there and perform so abysmally. What could be the reason? Sergio, what could be the reason? Can you suggest some possible solutions to the issues you discussed yesterday? Very important. After listening, I'm not so happy. I haven't been so happy. All right. Kwame Edward, Udwe Efri, Kormanti in the central region, and so Abreye. England is wasting their golden generation with a pathetic coach. England got all the power to win this Euro, but Portugal won the 2016 with 3 drawn games at the group stage. So I believe England will reach the semi-finals. Podolski, Udwe Efri Kumawu, and so Abreye and Anopesajo. In 1990 World Cup tournament held in Italy, the English national team paraded world-class players with the likes of Gary Lineker, John Barnes, Walker, Parker, Ian Wright, Paul Gascoigne, and the likes. But Ankosi who, not these players. I side with Andy Kem. I need Andy Kem's phone number. Papanova. Accra. Papanova. So we know. Free and crime best yes.
Papanova onto the boss. Argentina de Batistuta, Ariel Ortega, one Roman require me. Almost about 2002 World Cup, I'm free group stage anchor. But they won the World Cup with Enzo Fernandez, Mark Lester, Julian Alvarez, Marcos Acuna, and Nari Molena. You know, I told the Pia. Be an place be nisro, but opposition will be siano. Emma was our players need to bo. So the fact that that team couldn't win the World Cup, it doesn't mean the France team that lost the World Cup to Italy in 2006. Ube team the bless my two dine our bless my two dine Ngolo Kante Moko Kuru as a team and Lucas Hernandez ne Benjamin Pavard. Omu krombeji jombu to ekura. But you know they lost the World Cup to Italy. It is a that France team were supposed to dominate world football from 98 and the Bible 2006. But France are there back on say almost senior players, almost dominance and lasted for 2 years. Almost the World Cup don't be Euros and no players in the Musa. You know England are not having the Gascoigne, the Gaza, the Lenekes, the John Barnes, the Ian Wright, but you know, and the idea. So, Europa, maybe France, they have played than Germany, they have played than Italy, Spain, they are ahead of them, Portugal be back closer. But look, only Portugal for now, the league now, we are best player, we are best player, we are best player. Bernardo Silva, any Ford in the same league, but Forden is the best player in the league. Okay. It's almost one, you're almost fair share of their quality, but it's just unfortunate. Nipa na ot bench no almost self belief na be si na omo nyae no because you know me here say coach na be ma Hurricane atimi abo was tournament win. All right, but ultimate sanity.
But you quick one on question now the Pakono say or say Gary Southgate e be so be take bold decision.
Okay.
And no Gordon Bem no any Cole Palmer Bem no say I saw some bit of agency and we be wura English game no mo.
Okay.
I think say going forward if Gary Southgate be revising the notes, now we consider even some more shares at least beba momentum. And now check that 3 passes be a God in a shares here from Hurricane. Eba to Copa anymore or board. Obia or share no who some glimpses of very good power, pace, and passes be a England for no and she say going to that way. I think say Gary Southgate going forward obe wuremo say Joe I think say be nyapa so Joe for me in as much as say am focus say big teams na disappointing no performance na ye hwe ni so mbeda na di no munyanda na di say I is omon share free flowing 3-0 4-0 no mo hwe no mo ko enu nyum nyanya ye but say Joe say yen qualify there omo qualify the French are through the English are through despite disappointment na omodiama ne obi beka say bia what disappointed Croatia. But say Joe Croatia kramande ne mekanwa say eba Euros amo nya de usually World Cup. So Croatia say all free no and sheda nya de e wan bia. But say Joe the Austrian team have shown some resilience. Say ebia ye hwe so mbetimi aye de Denmark 1992 ne de dia.
Okay.
Because adia Rafranic in the team no no say Joe almost abasobo. Because check the game they played against the French team. Even though they conceded an own goal, but they kept the French at their own backyard. France for no kopim se game
Okay.
They won the second game, and they won the third game again against the Netherlands. And so Joe, this shows you say the Austrian team no there, and you beyond a bit underrate going into the next stage of the competition.
All right.
Honestly, I think said the Austrian team no has shown some resilience under coach Rafranic.
Okay. All right. Yeah, trust the amamehu bouncer and so message way na osi saying bouncer East Legon Accra. Bouncer say England is the same as Ghana. I don't know why they look alike like that. So to the tournament you put your faith in them. They will play Basa. But the tournament you're not expecting them to do well. Then they go shine pa bouncer is Legon. And anyway, and so Pato London service town, Pato England are always overhyped. In any tournament they qualify to participate. And looking at the players, I think Gareth Southgate isn't a good coach. Just imagine Pep Guardiola or Carlo Ancelotti coaching these players. Pato London service town. And so the way and so Abreye. I believe you're faring well. I've been watching the Copa America and I believe you're faring well. I've been watching the Copa America since the 60s. And I tell you, their tournament can be compared to any other tournament across the globe. Even Costa Rica and Panama are like Van Damme and Rambo meeting each other for a fight. How much more the great Argentina, Brazil, and Uruguay when they meet? You can equally compare their clash to that of great Bruce Lee and is it IP Man?
Bruce Lee
IP Man, okay. You can underestimate the South American competition, simply the toughest. Just look at River Plate and Boca Juniors whenever they meet. Hey, Takashi, Buga, and skills. What a game I witnessed yesterday between Argentina and Chile. Cobna Black. Anyway, a free Tema Community 2, BBC, Mexico, Park. Argentina and Chile, no. And I attracted 81,100 spectators.
You know, MetLife Stadium.
America, omuhu sa crowd nibi.
No, they've seen that.
Ewo Copa America.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, Copa America.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, because so check it the Bombonera. So check it Estadio Monumental. Make a Bombonera Argentina.
Yeah.
O check it the Estadio Monumental. It's still Argentina. O can't the Montevideo, the first the ball World Cup finals in Uruguay. It's capacity in room. The capacity a bit closer to MetLife, Rose Bowl, TNT, and a Estadio Journalista Maria Fino Maracana.
Hey.
But after almost a year and from here and all sit and so what. And Rose Bowl hosted the World Cup final in 1994. California, but
okay.
You know, in recent time, because almost a lot of stadium, Oba decided said the World Cup 2026 Rose Bowl was in China.
The IP man is Donnie Yen, a China movie legend as well. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a part. The brace is here, no. Ankara, and all right.
Okay.
That's
it. You know, MetLife. The first time we hosted the the Copa America final, the Centenario. In 2016, the final was between Argentina and Chile. Obiabekai, Lucas Biglia and line almost in a course of penalty, no. And Arturo Erasmo Vidal, and Socobo and penalty and Chile they win here. Now, so offer MetLife, offer a TNT. You know, these are the two stadiums and the America in 2026 World Cup, no. You know, Nipa Beko pay MetLife New Jersey, and then the TNT Dallas, Texas. Inti enra and line Messi effect. You know, Messi effect no enye the CRV Pink Stadium alone. Enye the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami alone. Or you'll be or ba a US no. Even stars like Ray Cross, PDD, DJ Khaled and the likes. Munyina kokohwe Inter Miami matches. And US for no say you suwe asa Tom Obia who say the World Cup no omo de bao omo de ko Canada omo de ko Mexico, but Mexico hosting a World Cup, you know, Obia himself very normal because of the 1970 to 1986. US hosting it in 1994. Omo host to Bio, so you are talking about 30 years now. And omo say be host to. And you know, MetLife is one of the most iconic stadium in US. So for you to see the Argentine, the Messi effect yesterday, and you know, in Copa America in recent time, oh come match back on aye keji, oh come match back on aye fit for the goals, and yeah, Brazil, Argentina, but a Chile, Argentina, because Argentina losing it twice, Lionel Messi losing it twice consecutively was between the La Roja of Chile, and the oh more. The last time we in 2016, Argentina transition on team no, in terms of technical bench and in terms of quality. But so Chile Diana, you know, Alexis Sanchez or Refino Dasum, Eduardo Vargas is still there. Ofo bit is Mauricio Isla, on also that's so. Ofo bit Claudio Bravo, on also Elho.
Vargas.
Yes, Eduardo Vargas and so Elho. Inti sa old team still are David Suazo and the life Esa Elho. So for Argentina, Messi was part, Di Maria was part of that team. Full small remote general and Omunina in Hobio. And Otamendi was part of that team. In Tiano Omusiano, now we expect to say, Ubehu that great and that is very common with the South American competition. At South Africa, Diana, so unim bossa DA. Now, Baba Bona, one year will be dependent on your technical abilities and farm because you know, players need be a Juma. And one unfortunate thing about US Stadium, they said, you know, pitch and also we improve the standard, and I know they will improve it before World Cup and do. Or her pitch na ankasa, you know, and level no of them, and whoever I follow the Copa America, yeah, I should be spend the time I be an you know. It was a game. I know be almost repeated the 2016 finals at the MetLife, and then no it me cause wa Lautaro Martinez. It me enya goal in the 88th minute for the Celestes of Argentina. It's a good game, and as I agree, you can always compare it to any competition. Match be a final. To say who Costa Rica ne Panama, who Canada ne Panama, who US, any Venezuela mo adinoa. Game na cost me game. Oh biaba ejuma oba be ejuma. The problem mama who say officiating a level of them. Level no. Last time on mobile na level no of them. And me say we no. Referees ni biemu do general. You try be grow no ma biemu ni ebo. And not just like the
all kind of bugalo.
Andy almost honum de sanity buga. Who the share player we Gary Medel.
Me player center back.
Center back no. Gonzalo Hara. And Uruguay was some two midfielder. Alvaro Reyes. Sergio Omo Europe. They are there. Southern America honum no more. Sergio do tournament over by 2 more. That is a honum baby. I more comfortable zone.
The rules are the same.
Yes, but
the interpretation.
Omubugani yeah.
Remember at the time say Seko Sato and I say Daniel McKelly go better penalty. You know the interpretation.
Watching you live from Takwa, per the performance of these two young lads, do your crew think any of them deserves the Balon d'Or? Jude and Vinny Jr. Gasconi, anyway ever.
Performance.
So far, the who free Jude Bellingham and Vinny or Copa America no. Almost deserve Balon d'Or.
Why not? You know, add Mbappe to it. Omomiensa. You can talk about Hurricane too. You know, Messi Balon d'Or. Yen Air Force watch him say Oji Copa America na European Championship. Cristiano Ronaldo, he won how many European Championship?
1.
Lionel Messi has only 1 Copa America. He has how many Balon d'Or titles? And Balon d'Or season now Messi Jamie Bino. 2 times he lost the Copa America. He lost it. But he won the best player in the game. And I agree, both players need to up their international quality. Fetire bono or more bono. I was said omutimi become before they can become the best in the game. But I don't think a whole season we should discredit those players for excellent performance in about 10 good months. Now for 1 month to pay MAU film say they are not good enough.
Okay.
And I think they will come good, And no Mbappe Jibola, who's a France for he's the only danger player within the setup. Because Dembele didn't train Mbappe the man Abema, but finishing touches not to say. Jude first game super, the last 2 games poor. Vini poor in the first game,
okay.
But I think going for it, you know, bad there.
Oh my own transfers. Oh, na 11-11. Unyanya transfers. Semo, our Mohammed say also the Euro Africa Mukakra. Na medidwa kakra na me chade kakra na ni na no e ka ho na bibia e kama yeah.
On the US now can. Say soccer is the fastest growing sport in the US.
Okay.
Yes. Even though na initially by na omun gym. Mudo ya do na NFL no American football ne basketball and the likes no. But seju soccer see a gym home in a park. Okay. So and say surprise you say almost stadium ya na fully packed. We dress rehearsal. Next year, so FIFA Club World Cup, say US neighbor so.
I see.
The 32-team expanded tournament now for the first time. Yeah, both FIFA Club World Cup in June, July.
Okay.
Then why a dress rehearsal for the 2026 FIFA World Cup.
Okay.
So you can imagine how said the numbers. You know, best we pay up the enthusiasm, the euphoria going into the World Cup now. So in the 2026, you know.
Yeah, kwaba awale bako Africa krana fi yewura local stories no enso emuda abrantie no so di ba ye no andi e ba na wa ye no so hwadu makakra de amaye